Hello to everyone out there. So this is the video that a lot of you have been waiting for. So if you're a follower of this channel, then last week you would have seen the announcement, the amazing announcement that I'm going to be flying out to Florida in about 5 days? No, 6 days. 6 days. That extra day counts. Flying out to Florida in 6 days time to build a build with Dime City Cycles in Tampa in Florida. And with this build, we will be giving the build away and raising money for a really good cause, and we'll go into more details about how you can donate and how you can potentially win this bike. But just as an insight on what charity we're raising money for, we're raising money for prostate cancer awareness, which I think is a brilliant cause to raise money for. And in this episode we'll be actually choosing what bike that we're going to be using, what donor bike and what style of build that we're going to be using. So there's a few variables that we need to think about when we're doing this build. I am going out to Florida in 6 days, as I mentioned. In Florida itself, I'm only going to have 2 weeks to flip a bike over. 2 weeks. It's obviously unheard of on this channel because I take usually a year or more to build a bike because I enjoy doing it at my own pace. I do half an hour here, half an hour there. I like to tinker, I like to take my time, I like to enjoy the build. So we will be kind of pushed for time in that respect, but on the positive side, all the parts are there at the Dime City Cycle warehouse. They are a parts distributor. If you don't know what they do, visit their website, have a look at their parts, have a look at the massive parts catalogue they've got, and everything that they have there I can easily grab off the shelf. So parts, readiness, everything is there, so it should make my life a lot easier. We've got a bit of structural work to do on a bike, whichever bike we decide to choose, but nonetheless I think we can get the bare bones of it done and then add everything on to the end. So I think 2 weeks, I think we can do it. So there's been an absolute variety of suggestions of what we should do, and there's kind of like a recurring theme going through it. There's a lot of people that like BMs. There's so much love for BMWs out there. We've had some unusual ones, GSXRs. I mean, I would never have thought, I mean, I can see how it would work, but as a donor, a GSXR, you know, there are challenges with it, there are challenges. There's a lot of love for Harleys as well. A lot of love for Harleys, especially with it being an American company and me going over to America to build it. You know, there's a lot of suggestions to do Harleys. I've not heard one Indian actually, not heard one suggestion of an Indian, and that surprised me because, you know, those are the two big bikes of America, but I'm surprised that no one mentioned an Indian bike. But not only donors, there's been suggestions and debates about the build. A lot of people want me to stick to a classic cafe racer, other people have suggested scramblers. Again, scramblers seems to be, there's a massive movement towards scramblers. It's weird how you see trends change. You know, everyone was all about cafe racers a few years ago, then it kind of went into bobbers and then scramblers, but I'm kind of like nearing towards trackers now, and I quite like the idea of a tracker because flat track racing is a massive American sport, so it'd be nice to have a bit of nod towards that American side of things with a bit of a British slant to it as well. So like I said, the submission deadline has now passed. We'll have a look at these comments now, see what's there, speak to Dime City Cycles and see what the verdict is. So, now that the time is over, let's see what you guys have to say. Hey, this first guy says he's been to Dime City and Barber, both wonderful places to go. Excellent. His suggestion is a BMW R80 K100, CBX 1100, BMW K, 2-stroke, GT380. Yeah, there's not much exposure of 2-strokes nowadays. My heart is always in 2-strokes. More good to see Le Mans style tracker, BMW R, BMW K, Goldwing, yes! I like the idea of a Goldwing. I have seen a Goldwing build and it's absolutely beautiful. CBX, if it's a Yank build, do a Yank bike and give it a British twist. Harley Davidson Sportster. Yes, another Harley there. Bonneville Bobber Hardtail. Bosch XS. Virago, there's a lot of Viragos on here. Ah! Okay, CX500. That's interesting. What would I do on a CX500 if I did it differently? Kawasaki KZ, CX650. Of course, the CX650 has a different frame. Love, love, love Dime City, excellent. Ducati Monster, yes. I mean, we're going to be doing one of those here anyway. R80 Yamaha XS, a lot of love for XS. Ducati, KZ, a lot of KZs. CBX. Quite a few CBX actually. Bring the CX500 popularity back, please. Yeah, CX500s, they're... bless them. They get called plastic maggots, but I absolutely love mine. If I could do mine again, I would. I'd do it very differently though. What would I do differently if I did mine? Probably go for a different tank actually. XS. CBR. A good CV7. Triumph. Andreas, okay, if you haven't checked out Andreas's channel, Andreas has got a channel on YouTube. He is building a CX500 himself. Check him out, he's a really top bloke. I recommend build a street tracker, donut bike, BMW Husqvarna. First mention of Husqvarna I've seen. Please do a USD, an upside down fork top. What about a new Royal Enfield? Recreate Daryl's bike from The Walking Dead, yes. That is a really famous build. In fact, there's two of those I know. Virago. What's a gutsy? A flat tracker. So, I mean, let's look at the build styles. Cafe Racer, flat tracker, scrambler. Oh, scrambler on there. You know what would be appropriate for this collaboration to be an all-American build, in particular homage to the American flat track history. I like that. You know, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I like flat track. I'm gonna have to talk to the guys at Dime City here. Ultimately, it's my choice. But it is a collab, so I've got to talk to those guys. Two-stroker, yes. CB750 chopper hardtail. Now I know Dime City do a hardtail, but they do a hardtail kit for a CB750. I know that they've got that in stock. A KTM, that's the first mention of KTM I've heard. CB350. You know, I'm surprised no one's mentioned a CL350. A CL350 is my ultimate bike. But I love CLs to the point where I want to keep them original, I want to keep them stock. I would never, ever like to do anything to a CL. Ducati Monster 600 to a desert style scrambler. Yes, now we're talking. So, having gone through that list, and it's now, I think it's about midnight here now. I've spoken to the guys from Dime City Cycle, and I've had a really long conversation with these guys. So, as I mentioned, there's a couple of things that we're thinking about in our head. It's timescales. What can we achieve in those 2 weeks? Because it's not a long time. What can we achieve in those 2 weeks? And what can we do that stands out, but then as well utilizes all the parts, all the variables that they have. They have a massive warehouse full of stuff, and they cater to everyone, not just cafe racers, but everything. So what we've thought is, wouldn't it be nice to celebrate that American flat track heritage? Because it is a build, it's my first build in America. Then if the bike goes out of America, if someone worldwide wins the bike, wouldn't it be nice to have that piece of American history, in a way, carry that American roots to it as well? Secondly, based on, so there's a lot of things to think about, based on time, parts, my knowledge, obviously the requests that we have on here. The question was given to me, what would I do if I was to do a CX500 again? I wouldn't do a Cafe Racer, that's for sure, but what if I was to do a CX500 tracker? So after a long conversation with the guys at Dime City, we have finally decided that yes, we are doing a tracker style, and yes, we are doing a CX500 again. But don't worry, it will be completely different to what you've seen on here. It will be a radical machine. It will be an absolute beast. We've got a range of Olin shocks that we can use. We can put Renthal bars on the front. We can choose what kind of bars, whether it is Renthal. We can choose what kind of bars, even you get to choose what kind of bars. This will be an absolute beast of a machine. We can put our own custom exhaust, use off the shelf silencers, mufflers, whatever you want to call it, make our custom exhaust. We can have an absolute blast with this, I think. And I mean, when I put the knobbly tyres on this CB750 here, I really wanted to see what CX500 looked like. Tanks, we could see what tanks Dime City have. We don't have to stick to the original CX500 tank. Yes, I think it's going to be an amazing build. So, which puts us in a bit of a predicament now. We have chosen the bike. Tomorrow we need to go on the hunt for a CX500. We need to find a CX500 in Florida. We have 6 days for me to get there. We've got to get all this stuff in, and as well before Friday's video, so that means I've got a day of drawing the concept bike. With that said, if you want to see the concept bike, head to Diamond City Cycles. The link is down below. Head there and we will be revealing what the bike will look like. Once I've drawn it, of course, we'll be revealing what the bike looks like, and that should be live when this video goes out on Friday as well. And whilst you're there, whilst you're at Diamond City Cycles, why don't you go through their website, have a look at their parts, and please comment down below with the SKU code, or even just a link. I don't know if YouTube would let you put links on, so just use the product description or the SKU code or something like that. Post it down below of the parts you'd like. Do you want to see an M unit on? Do you want to see what levers, what brand levers do you want to see? What brand handlebars do you want to see? What brand shocks do you want to see? Go on there, have a look at the products, pretend that it's your own personal shopping list, and post down below what parts you'd like to see the bike, basically what kind of tyres even. And that would be amazing. It would give me a good idea of what we're going to be expecting to build. So that is all from me. I need to go off and draw now, try and create this bike. Next week's video will be another CB750 video. Next Friday's video will be the first proper video of the Diamond City Cycles build. I will be travelling there on Wednesday, so it's really exciting. There's going to be a change of scenery from me in this room here. So if you want to stay up to date with that, if you want to follow these builds, we'll be starting the Ducati Monster as well when I'm back and after the Bike Shed show, and we'll also be doing the GS video. I think we might be doing the GS riding video as well the following week, so tune in to see that. So that is all from me. Don't forget to visit Diamond City Cycles and put your SKU codes down below and what products you would like to see on the bike, and I will see you on Monday. Ta-da.